Yo, what's up everybody, Angelus here, welcome back to yet another Xdefiant video. In today's video, we'll be discussing what settings you need to be running after the Season 1.2 update. Now, if you're new to the channel and you will see more content like this, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and have those bell notifications turned on so you don't miss a single one of these Xdefiant videos. And yeah, as always, you have no skill and stay dangerous. Catch you in the next one. Peace out. Alright, so starting off with gameplay and UI, for the input, I am rocking a controller, so I have controller selected. Field of view, this is strictly preference. I play at 120. I know a lot of people like playing in the 103 to 113 range. I mean, this is just preference, but the higher you have your field of view, the more you can see when you're playing, and the faster everything is. When you start going low, it's just really zoomed in. You can't really move fast and snap from target to target. So I recommend 103 to 120. I play on 120. Now moving on to ADS field of view, you need this to be consistent because it matches the field of view that you have selected. So as I have 120, it will stay 120 when I'm aiming down sight. So make sure you have that on consistent. ADS behavior, you need to have this on hold. ADS sensitivity transition, you know, on instant for the faster input. Melee during ADS is on. Aiming interrupts reload on, so if you get caught in the middle of a reload, you can get out of it, so you're not just stuck. Crash behavior on toggle, sprint behavior on tap. Now moving on to auto sprint, I actually have this turned on and the threshold on 10, so I'm not constantly mashing on my left stick to keep running. This is also a preference thing, so if you don't like it, you can turn it off. I mean, you don't have to have this on, but this is just a personal preference that I like to have on. Sprint interrupts reload, I have this off, so you can run and reload at the same time. Trust me, have this off. If you have it on, turn it off. Slide behavior on tap. Auto reload weapon, I have this turned on, so if I run out of ammo, it'll just automatically reload for me. Auto switch weapons on, so if I'm completely deprived of ammo, it'll just automatically swap to my secondary. Auto grab ledge off, do not have this on. You'll find yourself manhandling everything, just do not have it on. Walk behavior on hold. Scoreboard behavior on hold. And now adjust HUD limits. I keep mine on 0, 0. It makes it to where your minimap and all the information you need on your screen is really close together, so you don't have to really look to the deep left of your screen to see where people are on your minimap. You know, you can just slightly glance and the minimap's right there. So have this on 0, 0. Trust me, it'll look weird at first, but you'll get used to it and you'll never go back. All right, challenge notifications on all, damage numbers on, enemy health bars on. Minimap rotation off. Distance units, I have it on meters. FPS display on. Ping display on to let you know if you have any latency at all. Network info display, I have it off. Diagnostic overlay off. And team composition overlay, I have it off. All this is the, you know, when you have some creators and they'll have the names on the left and right side of the screen. That's what that is. So if you want to keep track of who's dead on the enemy team, you can just watch the right hand side of your screen on the bottom and see, you know, who's dead, who's coming off spawn. So that'd be a benefit of having that on. I just keep track of the kill feed, so that's how I keep up with that. Now moving on to controller, I run button layout default. A lot of people run brawler, but I have a scuff controller, so I don't really see a need of having it on brawler. So I do run default. Stick layout default. Aim assist is on standard. Make sure you have it on standard, otherwise you will not have aim assist if you're playing on controller, so make sure you have the aim assist on. Aim assist strength, now I run this with -1 strength and -2 follow. So I had this on 0, 0, but it felt like it was just too grippy for me. Like, I have, like, my natural snaps I have where I'll snap from player to player, and I just felt like this was fighting against me. I changed this to -1 and -2, and it just made snapping from target to target a lot easier. So try this out. Try -1 and -2, and then let me know in the comment section below if it helps you out at all when you're aiming. Then moving on to our aim response curve type, reverse S curve, which is like dynamic from Call of Duty, so have reverse S curve. I know a lot of people like linear. I have not personally tried linear at all yet. I've just always played with the reverse S curve, so I do recommend the reverse S curve. Now moving on to our sensitivity, I run a 53 and 48. It's just what feels comfortable with me. I play with a submachine gun a lot. I'm very movement based with how I play. But yeah, this is just my preference on what feels comfortable for me and my play style. Everyone will have a different style of sensitivity that they like. But for me, on how I play, this fits me very well. Now moving on to your ADS sensitivity multiplier, low zoom, I have mine on a 1.0. It is your ADS below an 8x zoom. Now this is your ADS sensitivity multiplier high zoom. This will be for like your snipers or any of your high optics. I keep mine on 0.85, so it has more of a slowdown when you're on targets with those bigger sights. Now moving on to dead zones, this is just based off your own controller. Everyone's controllers are different. What's best for my controller is a 1-3 left and right stick. Yours may be different. It just all depends on if you have stick drift with your controller. If you are just sitting at the screen and you notice that your center dot will start moving by itself, you have too much stick drift, you need to change your dead zones. Now moving on to your acceleration speed multiplier, I have mine on a 1.30. The speed multiplier is an acceleration multiplier at maximum stick input to further boost look speed, not applied when aiming down sight. So when you're aiming down sight, it will not affect that at all. It's just as you're moving around looking, it just makes it faster. So you can have, you know, lower sensitivities on these and still be able to look left and right at a faster pace. Then moving on to invert horizontal axis, I have it off. Invert vertical axis off. Then moving on to our last setting for controller is controller vibration. You need to have this turned off. This will mess with your aim, trust me. I was one of those people that was like, I have to play with vibration. I have to feel it in my hands, the vibration of shooting. I just can't play without it. And this is my first year of playing without it, and I actually got to the point where I could play without it, and trust me, I wish I would have been doing this the whole time. It does mess with your aim. I do recommend turning controller vibration off to help with your aim in these FPS games. Now moving on to the audio and voice chat settings, I keep my main volume at 48. I do have sound EQ on my computer, so I keep it at 48 so I do not get ear raped. Trust me, sound EQ is really good to have to hear footsteps. And if you would like for me to post a video on how to turn on sound EQ, let me know in the comment section below and I'll make a separate video for that. Now moving on to dialogue volume, this is your character speaking to you. I have mine on 50. It's not overwhelming, but you can still hear your character talk. Sound effect volume, I have it on 100 so you can hear all the footsteps. UI volume, I have it on 75. Music volume on 23 because I like hearing the music. Some people don't. If you don't like it, just turn it off. Mute audio and minimize, have it off. Voice chat off because I don't feel like talking to people in game unless they're talking shit. Then I'll talk. But yeah, moving on to video and graphics, I keep my display mode on full screen. The display resolution should be the max, whatever your monitor is. Refresh rate should be on max. Make sure it ain't on 59.94. A lot of people have that just defaulted to that. Make sure you have it changed up to the max. Display monitors, just whichever one you want to play on. Triple buffering, I have this off. It improves frame rate stability, but also has a small amount of input latency. I don't want any lag when I play, so I have this off. Reduce latency, I actually have this off. It reduces input latency, but may cause lower frame rate. I like my frames. I don't want to have so much good ping that I'm lacking frames, so it's like a good middle ground of having these two off. The reflex low latency, I have this on plus boost. My brightness I keep at 12 and my contrast at 18. I do have a NVIDIA filter on as well when I do play, so it goes hand in hand with the brightness and contrast. I keep DX12 renderer off. Graphics quality, I have it on custom. VSync mode, turn it off. You should not have VSync on, period, when you play first-person shooter games. Frame rate limit off, so you can get the max amount of frames. Shadow quality low, spot shadows low, spot shadow resolution low. Contact shadows off. Resolution scale 100%. Sharpening, I like having it on 10 because I just like the sharpened image. Particle detail low. Volumetric fog low. Global reflection quality low. Local reflection quality off. Vegetation quality low. Subsurface scattering off. Ambient occlusion, I have this low. Object detail 0. Extra streaming distance 0. Lens flare off. Water quality low. Chromatic aberration off. And terrain quality, I have it on medium. You don't want your game to look too bad. Then coming down to language and accessibility, come down to where it says flashbang effect and turn to dark. So when you get flashbang, you don't get flashbanged IRL. So I have this on dark. And I think that's pretty much it for this. You can just have this to wherever you want for language and accessibility. Then coming down to matchmaking and output. This is your crossplay and input-based matchmaking. The crossplay, I have mine on, so I can play with console and PC players, and input-based matchmaking, I have mine on. It really doesn't matter. It's with either you want to play with just controller players or controller and mouse and keyboard players. But yeah, these are my settings I have currently for the Season 1.2 update. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions on what to run for your settings. If you would like a console-only settings video, as I said, if you want the sound EQ video as well, just let me know in the comment section what y'all would like to see. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, you have no skill, and stay dangerous. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.